So, there are only about 2 weeks left until version 5.8 drops, and let's be honest, whether you're saving for Ineffa, Citlali, or looking ahead to the upcoming Nod-Krai characters, every single Primogem counts. And in this video, we're breaking down exactly how many Primogems you can expect to farm during the full 5.8 cycle, so you know how far your stash can realistically stretch. Now, if you felt like 5.7 didn't treat you too generously, you're not alone. We only got around 8,760 Primogems in that version, which was on the lower side. But the good news? 5.8 is shaping up to be a much better patch for farming. Starting with your dailies. Over the course of the full 5.8 cycle, which runs for 42 days, you can expect to earn 2,520 Primogems just from doing commissions every day. That's assuming you don't miss a single day, so make sure to stay consistent if you're serious about pulling. Now on to new quests. Here, we're looking at about 460 Primogems from all the new quest content combined. Next up is Spiral Abyss. We're getting one reset during this version, which is good for another 800 Primogems. Make sure to clear floor 9 to 12 to claim all of those. It's a solid chunk and worth grinding, even if it can be a bit annoying. Then there's the Imaginarium Theater, which will reset twice during the 5.8 version. That gives us 1,600 Primogems. And honestly, this is still one of the best new additions Genshin has introduced for a consistent Primogem game. Definitely worth the time if you're able to clear the stages. We're also getting about 220 Primogems through achievements. These will mostly come from new mechanics in the event area and a few world exploration milestones. Speaking of exploration, the new summer event map that gets added to Natlan permanently is estimated to yield around 1,050 Primogems through chests, time trials, puzzles, and more. And yes, this is permanent content, not limited time. So if you can't get to it during the version, it'll still be there later. Stygian Onslaught makes a return, and this one's been streamlined. You again only need to complete 3 stages for the Primogem rewards, which total to 450. Now, offering at the Tablet of Tana, this one's an underrated source of Primogems. We'll be getting more Pyro Sigils from the new area, and if you've already leveled the tablet as far as possible in 5.7, you'll be able to immediately dump those sigils earned in the new area and earn up to 700 additional Primogems. For trial characters, we're getting 4 new ones in this patch: Citlali, Walani, Chaska, and Ineffa. You can claim 20 Primogems for trial run, totaling up to 80 quick and easy. Paymon's Bargain Shop resets twice during this version, and the 10 intertwined fates you can purchase with Stardust equals another 1,600 Primogems in value. If you're not doing this every month, you're leaving pulls on the table. Events this time around are expected to give around 2,140 Primogems in total. While we're still waiting for full confirmation from the 5.8 special program, this is based on the typical Primogem value per event slot. Expect a mix of rhythm games, stealth missions, and puzzle-based exploration tasks. Update maintenance will, as always, reward 600 Primogems. Nothing surprising there. And for promo codes, we'll be getting the 6.0 special program sometime during 5.8's second phase, probably around the end of August. That brings 3 codes worth 100 Primogems each, totaling 300. Additionally, we usually get at least 1 extra code worth 60 Primogems somewhere along the way. So I'll factor in another 60 here. So, let's do the full tally. F2P total. If you're fully free to play and claim every available Primogem, your total for version 5.8 comes out to 12,580, which translates to around 79 pulls. If you have the Welkin Moon active during this time, you'll get an additional 3,780 Primogems, for a new total of 16,360, or roughly 102 pulls. If you add the Battle Pass on top of that, that's another 1,320 Primogems, bringing the full amount to 17,680, or approximately 111 pulls. That's a significant jump compared to 5.7, which gave only around 8,760 Primogems in total. And we need this boost, because Nod-Krai is looming, and that region is going to be packed with must-pull characters. Now before we wrap up, let's talk about some pulling advice, because chances are, if you're watching a Primogem calculation video, you're trying to make some really strategic decisions. So here's a quick rundown on how I'd personally evaluate the 4 featured 5-star characters of version 5.8. Starting with Ineffa, she's the newest 5-star and very likely to appear in Phase 1. She introduces a brand new variation of electrocharged reactions called Luna-Charged, where she summons a companion that deals persistent electro damage off-field. Think of her as a more modern version of Fischl, but locked into her specific reaction niche. If you enjoy reaction-based teams and electro-hydro synergy, she's a great pickup, especially since we know a main DPS in Nod-Krai, the Lightkeeper, is being designed to work with her. But keep in mind, outside of her niche, she's not as universal as someone like Furina or Xilanen. Next up, Citlali. This one's a hidden gem, especially if you just pulled Mavuika in version 5.7. Citlali offers cryo application, decent shielding, and most importantly, resistance shred for pyro and hydro enemies. That makes her an incredible defensive support in melt and freeze teams. She also provides constant cryo pressure, which makes her an amazing off-field enabler. Her only real downside is that she doesn't offer much utility outside of pyro/hydro matchups, and her shield isn't quite as strong as Zhongli's or Layla's. Still, if you're building a Mavuika melt team or want a strong cryo utility unit, she's a must consider. Then there's Chaska, who's one of the most fun and unique characters in the lineup. She can trigger nearly every elemental reaction herself thanks to her flexible kit and excels in both exploration and combat. Her ability to fly over terrain makes vertical movement a breeze, and in battle she lifts herself into the air, helping avoid melee damage. The catch? She's mostly single target focused and really needs Constellation too to become AoE viable. And she can get knocked out of the air without a proper shielder. But if you like creative, high skill cap characters and want someone who's super versatile in elemental teams, Chaska is a strong pick. Finally, Mualani. This is your go-to hydro nuker. Her skill lets her ride across water, which is not just stylish, but actually very helpful in real gameplay. Her Sharky's Bite combo can deal massive single-target damage, especially when timed with Vaporize. But she can be a little clunky and suffers in large group fights due to limited AoE. Still, for boss killers and burst setups, she brings serious value and is a solid option if you need a Hydro DPS, but aren't sold on Nuvolet's or Eido's playstyles. So overall, if you're going purely by synergy and long-term value, Ineffa is a strong pickup if you want to prepare for Nod-Krai. Citlali is amazing for supporting pyro units and is top tier for Mavuika teams. Chaska is great if you like flexible reaction teams and exploration perks. Mualani is best for players who want that single target burst hydro experience. And don't forget, the 4-star lineup in 5.8 includes Fischl and Xingqiu, 2 of the most powerful 4-stars in the entire game. If they end up on the same banner as Ineffa, we might get one of those rare all-in-one banners where you can build an entire electrocharged team just from 4 pulls. That's huge value, especially for newer players. If you found this video helpful, drop a comment with how many pulls you're sitting on right now. I love seeing how everyone's planning their banners. As always, don't get pressured by the meta. Play your favorite characters and farm smart. See you in the next one.